Welcome back. Pull up your chair. The table's ready. Today, I want to talk to you about where your money is going. If you have ever had an interest in money, the word budget has come up many times. What I want to talk about today is a little different take on budgeting. See, budgeting a lot of times is referred to as this restrictive thing. It helps you understand where your money is going. Dave Ramsey says it as every dollar has a name. And so you're giving it a name in your budget, which is true. However, I look at a budget a little bit different. Yes, it does give you an idea how much money you have so you can live beneath your means, but a budget is so important for us, not just for that purpose, not just for planning. It's really a great record keeper. For me, it's about the freedom of spending without knowing how I'm going to account for it. See, in our life, we've worked with budgeting for quite a long time. And for 20 years now, we've used the same spreadsheet that I put together many, many years ago. We adjust the numbers occasionally based on inflation and based on stage of life. Sometimes your insurance jumps, sometimes the kids' expenses for school are going to go up, but there's always something that you need to account for in budgeting. And there's those static costs. But then there's the ones that vary every month. And those are the ones that I really want to speak to today. So for the longest time, we use budgets to figure out things like our mortgage, insurance, car payments, anything like that that's going to come out every single month. We know that's going to happen. But what about car repairs? What about home repairs? What about clothing? It could be healthcare costs. It could be miscellaneous costs. It could be utilities. All those things are variable. How do you keep track of that? For us, it was pretty simple. I used a spreadsheet to put things together, but then took the ones that need to be tracked and separated them. I don't need to track a mortgage payment. I don't need to track an insurance payment. I know what those might be, or roughly anyway, and they're consistent. They're every month. Anything that didn't follow that guideline, we put on a separate spreadsheet. And it's very simple. I mean, we're still on paper. Some people think we're nuts. Hey, couldn't you use something like YNAB or something like Mint to track some of this stuff? Yeah, we could. The reality is we find it easier to come home with our receipts, jot them in a piece of paper, and then at the end of the month, tally them up and see where we're at. So we know if we can save money, if we have to spend more money, allocate money in a different way. Simplicity drives our behavior. For us, that's the easy button. We don't have to remember to put things in our phone. We don't have to track things electronically through our applications. And some of that being automated is great, but for us it's simplicity. And so we've got maybe 15 columns on a sheet of paper. And it's got little boxes. It's all outlined for us, and I just write in the boxes. So if I get gas in the car, I take the receipt home and I write $27 for gasoline, $54 for gasoline. We just track it each month. And at the top of that, we have kind of an average. So fuel, average expenses per month, $250. How are we doing against that? Each month we'll understand exactly where we fell and we can track our work accordingly. I see tracking as more of a freedom versus a limitation, because at least we understand if we're going to have to pivot something in our budgeting, if we're going to have to pivot in what our expenditures are doing, and if there's any risk to our bottom line as a family. Those kind of things have gone a long way for us. They're things that we've done 20 years now. 20 years is a long time. Most of my life has moved on technologically. I don't do a lot with paper anymore, but this is one of those things that we've held on to a long time. And we've gone back in time to look at some things too. Hey, there's a graduation coming up. What did we give that nephew last year? Those kind of things are things you can quickly look up. Now you can do the same thing digitally, of course, but again, for us, this is what works. And it provides us a freedom at the end of the month. It's also exciting in those months where you spend under. Hey, I've got a little extra this month. We could save it. We could go out to eat. What do we want to do? There's freedom in that. There's excitement in that. So for us, the budget is not something we view as our limitation, but something that we view as our tracking mechanism. That's something that's worked for us for a long, long time. Does it still work? I mean, clearly, yes. That's not something that has changed. Every major company in the world has a budget that they work from. Why shouldn't we? And so as you think about establishing a budget and you think about how you're going to track to that budget, think about how much you've got coming in, how much you want to give away, and how much your average monthly expenses are. Look back over time. Your utility companies do this for you. They'll show you over time what you've spent. You should have a ballpark idea from bill pay, kind of what's going in and coming out, and set your expenses accordingly. For us, we have a few unique categories. I tend to work on the house a lot, so our number for home maintenance is higher. My wife is into essential oils. She really enjoys that. And so we allocate budget for that every month. What are your unique budgets? What are the things that you allocate to? Maybe ours is going out to eat. Yours is something bigger than that, where you like to go out to a specific function on a regular basis. Budgeting is the way to keep not rigidity, but balance when it comes to your money. And I'd love for you to look at it that way, so it's less burdensome and just a little bit of accountability as you enjoy the money that you have. You can't take it with you, but there's a wisdom requirement to making sure you have it when you need it. We'll talk again soon. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.